I'm going to screw up at some point this year. It's pretty predictable. I've screwed up big time, at least once every year on average. I assume I've said really dumb things. I've been self absorbed and I've hurt other people's feelings. I've meant to do one thing, but accidentally done the complete opposite. And it's just made a mess of things for people in my life that I care about. I am going to screw up. Definitely this year, maybe this week. And when I do, I hope the people around me give me the benefit of the doubt. That phrase, the benefit of the doubt, it's an English language idiom that is really powerful. It actually comes from the field of law. Jurors are asked to only convict on certain crimes if they have proof of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. So they give everyone the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt seems like a really sacred gift to give. To assume that people are not acting out of malice, to assume folks just made a mistake, to assume that people mean well, to assume that people live very different lives and have been exposed to very different ideas and are carrying around very different wounds and scars and identities. The benefit of the doubt challenges us to receive people gently, to provide grace-filled soft landings in the times when people come crashing into us. You probably know the story of the Apostle Paul. His story in the Bible starts out with him as a staunch enemy of the early Jesus movement. His name is Saul at that point, and he aggressively helps the government work to stamp out the early efforts of the disciples. Then his story takes a massive turn while he's traveling to Damascus. Jesus appears to him and it transforms Paul. He becomes a devout follower. He believes. He makes a 180-degree about face. Soon after, Paul is hanging out with the disciples and preaching the good news about Jesus. He's now helping the very people who he had persecuted and worked to stop. Obviously, there's some suspicion. There was some very real and completely justified suspicion. But then Paul gets the benefit of the doubt. One disciple in particular, Barnabas, encourages the others to accept him. They do, and Paul ends up writing about 13 of the letters, epistles, and books that make it into the New Testament. He ends up being responsible for something like 25% of the primary writings of the Christian tradition. The people you encounter in your life might need the benefit of the doubt, even if you have no good reason to trust them, even if they don't deserve it, like Paul. Be Barnabas. People are going to screw up. It's probably because they've been hurt before. It's probably because they're scared. It's probably because they've only ever been taught to behave that way. It's probably because they didn't mean it and they wish they hadn't done it. We've all been there and we've all needed the benefit of the doubt before. Here's a short blessing for your week. May you be a wildly generous forgiver, obnoxiously offering undeserved grace. May the benefit of the doubt be your first instinct. May you assume the best intentions even when in less than the best scenarios. May you give the benefit of the doubt because I'm sure you'll need it, and I'm sure I will too. Amen. Between is about you. Take this message into your life this week and transform the world around you through simple, sacred, loving moments of human connection. My favorite church is the space between people. Now go with God's love and create the church between.